Chopper is inbound.
Starting cargo extraction. Warning. You've disavowed the division and unlocked its rogue.
Seconds till extraction complete. Extraction has been sabotaged. We've lost the package.
If you want to clear your manhunt, reach the indicated location.
Seconds. Confirmed. Cargo secured.
Extraction complete. Rogue status active.
I hate people that just strafe back and forth. It's like a try-hard move. Just back up and shoot him in the face. Is that an LMG?
This is
wow,
right,
bro. You're making
dude.
me want to go roll my shit in.
Disavowed the division and unlocked its rogue.
the indicated location and your manhunt will be cleared.
Contamination level critical below strength level. A rogue agent has been neutralized.
What's good, you guys? Gourmet J here, bringing you a brand new video, and this here is how I run my 6-piece classified alpha bridge. First and foremost, I will say that I'm actually a bit underwhelmed with how the set is right now. As far as how it's supposed to be ran, it's pretty underwhelming. I think that there should probably be a bit more equilibrium, or as far as the other sets, as far as Striker, Nomad, and Pred. Yeah, the set is pretty underwhelming, so that's why I actually have it set up this way. I have it set up with 9,000 firearms. I only have 400k toughness and nothing in skill power. So let me explain why I'm running this many firearms and this much stamina. And you're probably thinking, wow, you're just gonna get shredded. There's no point. So the whole point about the 6-piece is to get your ult. The 6-piece, or I'm gonna read the 5-piece. The 5-piece is 25% extra health regen, and then an extra 10% weapon damage. So the 6-piece, in short, is basically every time you get somebody down and then kill them, you get an ult. So every time you down them, you get an ult, and then you shoot them all the way, you get an ult. That's in PvP. And then how this set is, how they kind of want you to run it, is to have all of your primary stats balanced. So 5,000 across each stat. I don't think that's too viable for PvP. For PvE, sure, but for PvP, no, because when you have 5,000 firearms and you even me running with this set, I'm only able to do like 14, 15k crits, maybe a 16, focusing on headshots. So the whole thing about this build, the 6-piece, is to get your ults. So say you're fighting against a group, and you're really good, you're able to fight against a group of 4. Say you're fighting against a gold, a nomad, a striker, and a pred. The first person you're going to want to go against is the gold, because I mean they're not going to have as much toughness, and they don't have that classified, that extra power of the classified set. So say you burst down the gold build, you get a green, and then you shoot him all the way and you get a blue. The next person you want to go against is the pred. So he puts you on, he gets 10 shots on you, he puts you on bleed. You have that blue, and that blue is actually negating that damage, so that bleed is actually less. So you're focusing on the pred, and you have enough burst damage with this build. You have, starting off, base damage 27k. You hit a booster shot, you're going to be well over 30k. So you burst down the pred, and say you get a green. Say you're in your last segment and you hit your green, you get the green when he's down, and then you shoot him all the way and you get a tackle. Next thing you're going to want to turn, you get your booster shot, hit a heal, whatever heal you have, turn to the striker, you face tank the striker, and you burst him down with a booster shot and a tackling. There's no excuse why you wouldn't be able to burst him down. Even I've fought against so many strikers already with this build, and I don't think I've lost one gunfight against one. So that's as far as that. The only build that I really have an issue with is Nomad. I mean, I've had my share of issues with Pred, obviously, as everyone does, but I'm able to burst them down. I'm actually able to outplay them. I've had my share of issues with Nomad because the procs, I think, when you're running a 6-piece alpha bridge, I think if you make a Nomad proc, you should actually get an ult. I think that's only fair to actually counter it, because I mean there's nothing to really counter a Nomad. You just have to keep shooting them. But when they're running 8,000 firearms and they have multiple lives, there's not really much you can do. So that's as far as that. So let's get into the build. I'm actually running a house in MP5 as my secondary. The talents I have is my primary, unforgiving, responsive, card counter, and deadly. And then on my actual gear pieces, I'm running health, skill, haste, and ammo capacity. Roll for stamina. The mods I have on here, I have a firearms with crit chance mod and a firearms with skill haste mod. I'd rather have 2 firearms with crit chance mods. I have one, but the stats are really low, so I'm keeping the 267 skill haste. On the backpack, it's rolled for firearms, rolled for health, ammo capacity, and it's rolled for firearms crit chance and first aid self heals. I suggest if you're running with an AR, you run pulse crit chance mods, and you have that pulse because when you're running with an AR, you need as much crit as you can get. As far as the gloves, I'm running SMG damage with crit chance, crit damage, and SMG damage rolled for firearms. On my mask, I'm running firearms with crit chance, and then running the firearms mod with crit chance. On my knee pads, I've rolled for firearms and health, and then I have firearms with crit chance on here as well with the first aid self heal. And then on my holster, I'm running crit chance, and you can see the stats across. So this build is nowhere near optimized. It is nowhere near optimized. So I definitely need to stack up on my div tech to make this build more powerful. So as far as my stats, I have a 46% crit chance. I can, of course, get more crit chance if I optimize my gear. So what I'm finding, and then I have I'll get into the talents in a second. So I have the 40, almost 50% crit chance, 113 crit damage right now. Let's see. That's the only actual viable stat right now for this. As far as my skills, I'm running a box with a booster shot, and on my talents, I'm running with on the move. So that definitely helps when you're shooting somebody down when you get that ult. So say you get a blue and you get on the move and a booster shot, my toughness goes all the way up to I think I saw 611k, somewhere around there. So it was actually pretty good. So like I said, if you're fighting a 1v4 and you get that first guy and you get a blue, you have a booster shot and on the move and a blue. So your toughness is up there. You can face tank somebody no matter how much DPS they have. And then I'm running crit save with strike back, and then I'm running precision for that extra 10%. That extra 10% crit chance. So if I wanted to, I could actually take off, so I would have max crit chance. As soon as I optimize this build, I could actually take this crit chance off of my holster and then put health. It'll help a little bit, probably get me around almost to 410k. And then I could actually, if I wanted to, or I could actually keep that on there, and I could take these firearms crit chance mods on and do firearms with health. That would actually be more viable. So that is another alternative. So firearms with health mods, those definitely come in handy with AlphaBridge. So I actually haven't tried it yet, but it sounds like a great idea. It's an alternative. So that is the build, you guys. Like I said, it's kind of underwhelming. It's kind of unfortunate that I have to run this many firearms in order to make this build viable for me in PvP. But nevertheless, it does shred. When I get that tackle and I'm hitting somebody in the head, I'm shooting somebody in the head, I'm doing 40k. So it definitely does damage. You just have to play smart in order to run this build. So that is the build, you guys. I hope you guys enjoy it. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. If you're new, welcome to the channel. Thanks, guys. Have a good one. Peace.
My father told me when I was young, don't play with fire, be careful, son. But we were flames and fell in love. We burned the cities down, down. Before you learned to listen, you won't be lonely if you fall in love over and over again and again.